Um, One of the things that I had talked to them about all day was that in everything that we do, it has to be connected to our energy, our effort, and our enthusiasm. And that's something that I really wanted, whether from an offensive standpoint or defensively. And so I was really happy with that. I felt like the energy and the effort and the enthusiasm was on the floor. It was with the guys that were on the bench cheering for the guys on the floor. In the huddles, I really liked it. I liked it as well, and so I'm very proud of him.
You said yesterday, Caleb, sort of a voice of yours out there with the other guys. And speaking about that and the energy you were just talking about, he had a play in the first half where he dove on the floor, got a loose ball, gave it up, got it back, and hit a three. Is that exactly what you're talking about?
It is, and I told him at timeout, I said that's it right there. You know, I know you can score, and I know you're gifted, but those are the type of plays that win you basketball games. Those are the type of plays that endear yourself to your teammates. Those are the type of plays that can change a game. And for Caleb to dive on the floor, to be able to get another possession, that just shows his growth as a player. Not only can he score, can he defend, can he distribute. He had 8 assists tonight and only 2 turnovers. But those energy and effort plays, those are the things that are the difference makers when you're out there on the floor.
Hubert, in terms of the 4 guys who are out, just housekeeping-wise, can you sort of give us an update on where they're at? Do you anticipate they'll all be back for the opener? Or?
Oh, they'll all be back for the opener.
All 4 of them? Okay.
All 4 of them. I mean, there were, we talked about RJ just had like a sprained finger, and we just felt like giving him another day of rest was really good. Puff has been out a week and a half. He had like a sprained muscle around his knee, but he was shooting yesterday, and so I expect him to be ready to go for the opener. Justin McCoy just has an illness, so I expect him to be back, and so I expect everyone to be back for the opener.
And Jalen, I know you said he's continued progressing back from the
He is.
knee. Is he back to doing full 5-on-5 yet?
He is doing 5-on-5, but it's limited, and so there's a chance he could be available for the opener, but he's rapidly getting to a place where he's going to be able to do that for a sustained amount of time.
Hubert, with DeMarco Dunn getting the start tonight, what gave you the confidence to put him in there with RJ not being able to go?
Well, he earned it. I've always said if you play well in practice, you'll play, and if you can confirm that with your play in the game, I'll keep you on the floor. And DeMarco, one of the things that I've talked to the guys about is stacking plays, stacking practices, stacking good plays and stacking good practices, and that's something that DeMarco has done. And so giving him the start nod tonight was not anything that was given to him. He earned it, and I was very proud of him.
Caleb has said that he's taken DeMarco under his wing a little bit since DeMarco got here. Does DeMarco remind you of a young Caleb at times?
I don't really, I've never done this, and it's just me. I just don't really compare players. I've just never done that. I think Caleb is Caleb and DeMarco is DeMarco, but one of the things that I love about DeMarco is like he is an unbelievable on-ball defender. And, you combine that with his ability to shoot the ball from the outside. The thing consistently that I've encouraged him to do is to play in gear 5. He's so gifted and things come so easy for him. At times he'll play in gear 3. I want him to put it in gear 5, and I wanted to keep him there. And when he does it, and when he puts it in gear 5 and he keeps it there, he's a really special player. And so I was happy with his effort today. I know he was excited to be out there on the floor and get his first start, and really pleased with how he played.
Armando and Leaky said it's almost weird watching games from the bench, given last year how much they played. Is it weird kind of working with that depth?
Don't listen to Armando. Armando's just throwing stuff out there. He loves being on the court, okay? And, it is. I've said this before. There were, 2 games, Virginia Tech and the ACC tournament and the national championship game where I felt like we were a little bit tired. And, one of the things that I want, but this year, one of the things I think we have is we have depth. And we have a number of guys that can step on the floor and make big plays on both ends of the floor. And so I think that's an added benefit. If somebody plays well, then I'll keep Armando on the bench for the entire game and see how he feels about that, how happy he feels watching it from the bench. Don't listen to Armando. That's my dude, man. He wants to be on the floor.
Hubert, what did you like out of the young guys, Seth and Tyler, being out there?
Well, I love how, Seth's athleticism is real. And his ability to push the ball and be able to be faster than people without the ball while he has the ball and attack the basket with athleticism and power and strength, it's nice to have on the team. And he's extremely athletic, and from an offensive standpoint, he can get to the basket pretty much anytime he wants to. He's an unbelievable on-ball defender, and so also like that from him as well. And then Tyler, he's a guy that you never ever have to say, will you play harder? I mean, he always competes, he always plays hard, he's tough as nails. He gets after it on the defensive end. He's one of the guys in practice is always diving on loose balls, and he can really, really, really shoot, and I like that.
Hubert, did you call many plays with
No.
Johnson C. Smith in that zone? Yeah, Armando was talking about freelancing a lot, just
No.
tell him to go move the ball and play.
No, we put in our freelance against a zone. We thought that they might play a zone, and so we had a couple freelance plays if they were going man, and if they went zone, we had one freelance play, and we actually put it in yesterday. And so I was really happy with it for putting in something against a zone just yesterday, and to be able to move the ball and get the ball where we wanted it around the basket and then be able to spray it from three. I was really happy with it, and it gives us an opportunity to look back at the film and build on that, because I really feel like there's a lot of teams that are going to play zone against us. Right. And so, we have to be really efficient offensively in that area.
Let's take two more questions, please.
Just to follow up real quick. It looks like Tyler might have a good feel just where to find those soft spots.
Oh, he does.
Like he drifted to the corner the one time.
He knows how to play, and that's, the thing that with all of the freshmen, they have a really good understanding of, being in the right spots on both ends of the floor. So not only are they intelligent players, they've been coached really well in high school, and so their level of, their IQ out there on the floor is evident. It's just really good, and so that's why all of us feel very comfortable with them putting them on the floor.
Take one more.
Do you anticipate switching everything a lot on defense at times?
I think we have the ability to do that this year. That's different. I don't think we did last year. I think we do this year. I feel very comfortable with our bigs guarding guards out on the perimeter, and I feel very comfortable with our guards guarding bigs down low on the post. And so that's something that we will do this year, 100%. And that's something that I've always wanted to have, is because when you have the ability to switch, it takes teams out of their plays and it makes them an isolation one-on-one team. And teams that don't have a dude that can break things down and be able to make plays, they really struggle offensively. And so defensively, that's something that we are definitely going to do this year.